Joe Misfit Glenn here. We are having some technical difficulties. Internet is not working so well. Going on. I got all kinds of stuff going on. Welcome, Luke.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Welcome to A Minute with Misfit. I want to let you guys know we're having some technical difficulties with the internet connection. If you can hear me, there may be some choppiness right now. We're trying to get it squared away, okay? How's everybody doing tonight?
What's up, TJ? What's up, honey? Welcome.
Hey, TJ. You guys doing all right tonight? Tommy, welcome.
Yeah, boys.
Hey, Danny. Thanks for that, TJ. I appreciate it. Yeah, he's having some issues with his router. We got somebody coming out to fix it tomorrow to get it squared away. He's having some pretty bad issues right now. So, Facebook user, good evening, sirs. Mr. Schoner, welcome to the show, sir. Good to see you.
There. Am I still freezing up?
I got voice now, brother.
Damn. I got you, Eric. If you guys are hearing me.
Eric Moon. What's up, Eric? Welcome, brother. Welcome. Excuse me. TJ Boy says, so far, so good, Joe. Welcome, TJ. Now he's froze up on me.
Nope.
All right. Hey, thank you guys for being patient with us while we get this figured out.
Yeah, there's not a whole bunch I could do on this side, man. I mean, I got like a half of a bar for internet.
Hey, Pam. Welcome. What's everybody got going on tonight? Tyson J. Ray, welcome. Welcome, Tyson. Good to see you. Joe. Blazing. That's what I'm talking about. Eric said, good here.
Hey, you know what, brother? Getting on the phone.
Danny's knitting. Awesome. What are you knitting, Danny? Arkansas Dave. There he is. Welcome, sir. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. We're having some issues with Joe's connection tonight, so he's trying to get back in here real quick, and we'll get this thing started. There he is.
How about that? All right, hold on.
Lasagna and garlic bread. James Avant. What's going on, brother?
Okay. How about now?
I can hear you, man.
Can you see me pretty
Colin,
well, too?
welcome. What's that?
Get this put back up.
There you go. I got you.
All right. This is the best I can do, y'all. That's all right. Turn this way. That way you guys can see some greenery in the background, huh? All right.
Good to see you too, James. Take it away, Joe.
Mr. Schroner, Colin, welcome, welcome. Honey, welcome. Just checking y'all out. Danny, welcome. Cool, man. You see all kinds of folks up in here. Sweet. How's everybody doing tonight? Sorry it took so long. Dang, I can't see shit. This little phone. Yeah, I thought it was hard to see the laptop. All right. Can you hear me still okay? Or am I still having a choppy connection?
I can hear you okay. You're just a little bit soft, but I can hear you.
All right. I guess that could be my. All right. Okay. So anyway, y'all, welcome. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. I can't do that either. All right. Well, now that I'm all discombobulated. Okay, cool, Jake. Good stuff.
Where?
We got PHV up in here, or HPV, or PHV. That's it. Patriots Helping Vets, man. We got some of those folks up in it.
I don't know why you can't find it on your phone. I'm not sure.
I mean, I can find it. I just can't get the video stream.
We having issues joining up.
Yeah, this happened last one too. She can't figure out the video link on the page. Like it's not showing up on the page anywhere to where you can go and just.
It goes to it, and I go to my thingy. This is what it takes me to.
That's the StreamYard link.
Right.
There's no.
And then when I back out.
Yeah, I just got to go down and hit the video part. Nice, Keely. Appreciate you. Yeah, usually you can't see him. I'm usually facing the opposite direction on my laptop, but tonight I got to do it a little bit differently. So I guess it all works out. All right. So if everybody can hear me okay, I'm just going to go ahead and proceed. So tonight, damn, did I leave that out there? I think I left my shit out there. Hey, honey, if you're watching, can you bring me that notepad, please? Yeah, sure did. But so tonight we're going to talk about some environmental factors, okay, for growing. Please tell me you can hear me okay, Luke.
I can hear you, Joe. You're good. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to be talking about some environmental factors in between our little conversations and whatnot, you know, just us talking and what. Oh, hold on. Thank you, sweetie. The little notepad on the thing. Yeah. So, but I'll get my little notepad. Basically, we're going to be talking about lighting, because there's like 9 environmental factors that really matter. I'm just going to cover 2 of them tonight. We're going to try to keep them going on and on for other shows. Okay. Let me get this light out of my face.
Refresh your Facebook page.
Anyway. Okay. But anyway, so once I get my notes, we'll check out a little bit about lighting. But basically, we're just going to shoot the shit. Wanted to see how you guys were doing and see if you guys had any questions or whatnot. Thank you. Okay. So is there any questions? Just to be had for now? Anyone?
Jake Landry, how you doing, brother? It's going good. Thanks for asking, man. Glad you're here. Welcome.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing I did want to mention, since we got a new group in tonight, the Patriots Helping Vets, and I'm sure there's some other folks that are involved in there that are going to be new to my shows. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown of who I am and what I do. My name is Joe Misfit Glenn. Okay. I was in the Army 13 years, all that good stuff. Ended up being on pills through the VA almost almost died. And so anyway, I ended up getting myself off of that, started cannabis. Cannabis helped me so much that I decided I needed to teach other veterans about this cannabis thing. Cause I mean, I never touched it until I was 42. So anyway, I needed to, you know, I had this urge to try to help other veterans get off their medications that were killing them and, well, hopefully have a better life. All right. And so my way of doing that was to teach. And so I came out there with the basic, just the absolute basic on how you can successfully grow some medicine. And I mean, like as basic as you can get. And then I can build from there, but all you need to know is the basics. That way you can fine tune your own stuff. And so that's my goal. I can go a little bit harder if you want to, but I'd like to stay real calm with it. So anyway, that's just going to lead me right into the beginning portion of these things that we're going to talk about tonight. Okay. Which is the 9 environmental factors of cannabis growth and development. Okay. And these are going to be the first 2. So I want to talk about lighting. All right. So DLI, the daily light integral. Okay. That is your PAR, or the intensity of your light. And that's how long you run your light for. So in vegetation, I run mine for 18 hours on, 18 hours on, 6 hours off. That's my length, right? My intensity is usually sitting at about 600 PAR right there at the top of those plants, maybe 650. And I adjust my lights or my intensity as they grow and get bigger and stronger. Okay. Any questions on that so far? Guess I need to be watching these questions. Hey, Luke, if you see some solid questions, man, just hit me up and let me know.
Okay.
I saw a member post a formula for lux meters. Okay. Jake's talking about lux meters. For those that don't know, this is a lux meter, and it has this little thing on here. This measures candle light power. Okay, so if you have 100 candles in a little thing, that'll be 100 lux, I guess, some shit like that. I don't like these. These don't measure what I want, and I didn't know this formula. If we had the formula, that might be a really good thing. I think Jake has one, and I believe I've tried to help you out in the past. But so lux meters measure the candle light. This is a PAR meter, right? Which is a little bit more expensive, and it has nice little thing here that measures the intensity of the light. So what I did today was I went around my lights and I measured with a tape measure. So you could, well, ain't that a bitch? They're all on my phone. All the pictures are on my phone, and I'm using my phone. So we ain't gonna be able to give you that. However, I can post these, okay? I can post these pictures. Basically what we were going to talk about was the intensity of lighting for the different stages of growth. Okay. So you got your seedlings and your clones. All right. So that's right in the beginning of their life cycle. You want to keep your PAR, or the intensity of your lighting, at about, what did it say? I think they were talking seedlings and clones is 100 to 300. That's what they want. I usually keep mine at 250. All right. And so there's many numbers out there, folks, you can fine tune. All right. This is just a broad range for a seedling from about 2 weeks on, right? So from seed to about 2 to 3 weeks, you want to keep your PAR between 1 to 300. Okay. According to a lot of the writing out there, I keep mine at 250. The bottom of my tent with those lights at full intensity, the bottom of my tent is 200 PAR. So it's perfect for my seedlings and my clones. All right. And as the plant grows, it gets closer to the appropriate intensity that I want that plant to have at that level of growth. Okay. Hope I didn't mess you guys up. So,
hey, Jeremy Brown, I see your question on there. Did that help answer your question that you were asking? Jeremy Brown was asking about, on a dimmable light, is it possible to have a PPF, the PPF values the same as a low height and low percent, and on a high height and high percent? So he's trying to find a good way to determine the sweet spot between the power usage and the even light.
Okay, so for I have a Mars Hydro. I call them the 3000s. It was the 3000 with some letters on it, right? So that's the 3000, and the one above me is a 1000 Mars Hydro, all dimmable, and all chainable. You can chain them up and dim them all at the same time. Now that one I had at, if I'm not mistaken, it was 17 inches. 17 inches gave me 750 par, which is what I keep my late vegetation plants at and the beginning of my flower plants. Okay. Oh man, I can't read that. I need new glasses.
That's all right. I'm just putting it up for the other people. I can read you some questions.
Cool. And so 17 inches would be about the most par I would have on these particular vegetation plants. I think it was 10 or 11 inches up or from the light was up in the thousands. I think it was 1,050, 1,075, something like that. And so that would be the absolute outer limits for me for any par for a plant indoors. All right. Outdoors, I've taken my par meter out July midday. At noon, the sun was 2,000 par at my chest. It was 2,000 par when I held it. And so, I guess we can recreate it inside, but you have a lot of problems indoors with the burning and all that good stuff. It's just not the same. But did I answer that okay? How are they related? The par, okay, I don't know how to answer that perfectly. The par is the one that I follow, okay, because that is the one that is written in all the literature. The PPFD, I don't remember all the words or the verbiage on that stuff. Those are little things that I brain dump because I just remember PPFD and I know that it has to do with lighting. So I can't answer that, but maybe Joe Schroner can answer that. Joe, I see your name right there, man. Perhaps you could answer how they're related. I mean, I believe they're all kind of the same thing, but I know there's a difference.
Yeah, Joe, if you have an answer to that would be more, detailed, I'd be glad to put that up so people could read. Be awesome.
Yeah.
And thank you for your help.
A good question, man. Really good question. Those are those little things that I generally look for, but I can't remember that stuff right now.
We got Facebook user is asking, what are some signs that you're giving too much light to your plants?
Okay.
Chris Robinson.
Signs that your intensity is too high, you'll start curling. All right. Your leaves will start tacoing, but that also has to do with your humidity too. If you have high temperatures, low humidities, that's called the vapor pressure deficit, the VPD. That huge difference in between is going to be really stressful. It's called a heat and dry stress on your plant. And so it'll start to taco up, like the edges of the leaves will look like white. And really, it literally looks like kind of a long taco. It starts to crisp up and burn, almost like a wind burn, technically. But you know damn well that your plant is going to maybe even start wilting from the heat. You'll know there's a big problem. And here's one rule of thumb. All right, it's really simple. I was told by an old farmer. Well, I call him a farmer, but you know what he grew. He said, if your plant, or if you are uncomfortable in the tent or around your plant, if it's too hot for you or it's too humid, it's hard to breathe. If you are uncomfortable, your plant is uncomfortable. So if you have, like right here, if you put your hand over the top of your plants, right, just right there, and that light doesn't bother your hand, it's not bothering the top of that plant. If you put your hand, just your bare hand over the top of your plant, and that light starts burning your hand, chances are you're going to be burning the top of that plant really soon. Okay? It's a good rule of thumb. I hope that helped.
Nikki says, is that why it is important not to get water on the leaves when watering? That's probably a good something to touch on while we're here. Good question.
There is. That is, I don't know if that's the exact reason, but I mean, in our water, at least my water, man, it's really hard. I got a lot of calcium. When it dries, it's like a powder, and it just covers all the green stuff on your leaf, which is necessary for photosynthesis. So if you're covering that up, it's going to be a bad thing one way or another. Lighting would be, the water, you can use a foliar spray. You can spray your leaves down, but make sure it's a good, clean water, not to mess up your plant. And make sure the intensity of your lighting isn't too much too. I'm a firm believer that water spots will refract light and turn them into little mini magnifying glasses. But people say that they did have the adage that outdoors and, when it rains, you would have all these, marks. It's a good point, but outdoors is way different. I don't know why or how. I can't explain that, but what's up, Adam?
Adam,
Okay.
welcome.
No worries, man.
Better late than never, brother. Glad you're here.
Spring water, as long as there's not a whole bunch of calcium or any of the heavies in there. If the EC or the parts per million in that water is high, I would suggest not using it.
Arkansas Dave says water droplets will cause lincing. It will burn spots on your leaves.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that, sir.
I didn't know what the name was, Dave, and thank you for that, because I've had arguments over this.
Good stuff.
Like legit, I've seen it. I've seen it happen, and people were like, "No, that's not true."
Hey, we're gonna send him to Arkansas Dave if they have any questions on this deal, man. He doesn't look like anybody that would argue with.
I seen what he was doing. He's got his hands on a lot of plants, so he obviously knows what's up.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah, that was a beautiful sanctuary you have, Arkansas Dave. That was a really nice little place you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, that's what I saw, Nikki. I figured it was just going to be like refracting that light, magnifying that light, but lensing sounds way better, right? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. But anyway, okay, so back to the lighting. Vegetative stage, like this stage, this is late veg, okay? Right here, this is where mine stayed about 650, almost 700. All right, and so in about another couple of weeks, they'll be lifted up off the ground a little bit to be closer to that light to get up to 750. 750 par is what I put my pre-flower and beginning of flower. That's how I keep my plants, and then I let them continue on. As they stretch, they get closer and get more intense par. It's less lifting and less movement for me. You can lower your lights to it to have it more quick, but I let my plant do what it does. Okay, so anyway, so bloom and flower stage, they're saying 500 to 1,050. 1,050 being the higher echelon of what you would want to give your plant. I'm sure people do more, but remember, we're talking indoors now. Okay, outdoors has the sun, and that you can't replicate that, in my opinion. Okay, all right. Hey, and real quick, guys, I want to talk about a couple of different lighting. For the natural lighting, obviously the sun, they used to have the high pressure sodiums, really hot, really intense though, really good growing lights. Just the heat was not my bag. And then they had the metal halides they used to use and maybe still do, but now they're all LED. And Luke, you can't answer this, but is anybody out there, can you tell me what LED stands for? I'm curious.
But I studied,
LED.
boss.
Huh?
I studied, though.
I know you did. All right, Luke, go ahead and drop the bomb. Drop it, bro.
Oh, man, you can't. I don't have it in front of me now, man. I had it written down.
Jeremy,
I can't remember the name.
Jeremy got you, man. Good job, Jeremy.
Lincing, something diode or something like that.
Light emitting diode. Yes.
Light
Very
emitting
good, Jeremy.
diode, yeah.
And Jake, I hope y'all didn't Google that.
Yeah.
But if you did,
Jake,
cool. We
good
got
job,
the
brother.
message out. All right. So
you had me on the spot, man.
All right. So that was that. So that was your DLI or your daily light integral. Any questions? Any questions on lighting? I'm pretty sure we're all using the light emitting diodes at this point in stage. Anybody using any of the metal halides or the HPSs still? And what is your electric bill like?
Nikki does.
Nikki, okay. Are you guys still using, which one are you using?
Speaketh the info.
I heard a lot of people, man, they die on that hill with the HPSs, man. They die on that hill.
Joe Schroner said T5.
T5? Oh, shoot. I don't know. I'm a beginning breeder, Nikki. I don't even know. I just treat them just like if I was growing regular medicine. Bad light spectrum? I I couldn't imagine so. I mean, if these lights are now, they're like full spectrum lighting, and they're even putting in UV light, I would suggest, I don't believe there's a bad spectrum. I would assume that it is used in all facets. I mean, outdoors, they don't mess up any spectrum. Everything is there, and those plants do phenomenal outside. Yeah. 100 watt. Okay. 350R. Well, so are you talking about the high pressure sodiums, the old school high pressure sodiums, Nikki? Or are you talking about these new HLG ones with the 300 or 350R specs and 600R specs? We got a bunch of people shooting outside. Might be World War II, bro. 3.
Man, that's over with, bro. That's over with, man.
Huh. Okay. Got you. Why veg light was blue UV? The veg light, you talking about the blurples, the ones with the reds and the blues? They're hitting that the far blues and the far reds. Those supposedly through research, I guess they're finding that they do specific things to the plant, and so now they're trying to incorporate them into the lighting, but in a different facet. You know, like these are all white, but if you look closely, they have the reds and the blues in there. I guess it's a different. What is it? It's not a frequency. Maybe a frequency. I don't know. It's something like that. Not really familiar with all the inner workings of a light and the light spectrums. That's not my bag, man. I barely keep down to defoliating and knowing all the plant structures. Okay. All right, Luke, you got something to say, brother?
Man, I just want to let you guys, or actually kind of remind you, what's going on out there, what we still have an opportunity to take advantage of. Misfit 35. Misfit 35 is our discount code for your 35% discount from Sea of Green Seeds. Sea of Green Seeds is a veteran-owned and operated company. Nick Craven, he's one of our members as well. He's got some really good stuff going on over there. Right now, until the 9th, I believe he's still got the $20 5-packs going on. Just go over and check his site out at seaofgreenseeds.com.
That's to the 9th, that one.
A lot of really good options, man, and I'm pretty sure they've got it streamlined to where you don't have to even put in a code right now, and I wouldn't even attempt to do that because $20 5-pack, you can't really beat that, man. You know.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, man. Solid.
And they do have that the veteran program going on where there's a portion for every sale that goes towards goes to a fund to help vets in need. So that's also really cool of them doing that. So
that just got kicked off too, man. And so
yeah,
we'll give that a little time. New. That's going to get big, I'll bet.
Yep.
Cool, man.
So thank you, Sea of Green Seeds, Nick. Oh, you guys,
yeah, man.
Thank you for your support.
Hell yeah, appreciate you. All right, let me go back to. We'll leave that one up. What we got going on here?
So
no.
You gonna read something into blue lights? I know we were talking about colors.
Yeah. Arkansas Dave's saying it'll keep your plant short. I could have swore there was something to do with root structure. Blues, or was that the far reds that dealt with roots?
The red light, the wavelength of red light is longer, which may provide power for plants' photosynthesis, which is conductive to plants' photosynthesis and chlorophyll formation, and conductive to the growth of stems and promotes plant flowering.
Okay, gotcha. You know, speaking of which, the next thing I was going to cover, since we were talking about lighting, was CO2. I learned a little bit more today about CO2. I've never used it, guys. I've heard a lot of things about it. A lot of people use it in the bigger grows. Even I know they have little bags you can put in your little tents. I think you can get them on Amazon. It's maybe a yeast or something like that you pour water into, and it gives you CO2 for a certain amount of time. So maybe check them out if you guys are interested. But let me try to figure this out. So CO2 is measured by parts per million, okay? Which I know you guys all know what CO2 is, and you know it's dangerous too, right? You know that can hurt you. At they said between 1,000 and 2,000 parts per million, that CO2 you start feeling a little drowsy, not really feeling well, and that means the air is getting bad, just lack of oxygen, right? We need oxygen. Plants need the CO2, so you got to be really careful with CO2. Yeah. Anyway, so normally outdoors, CO2 is running between 400 and I think they put 1,000. So 400 to 1,000 parts per million. I would assume the closer you are to a city, the higher the parts per million of CO2 is going to be. Out here in the country where I'm at, it's usually pretty low. I would suggest 2 to 4. All right. I don't have a meter, but that's where I'm guessing. We don't have a whole bunch of, emissions being put off around me. Okay. And so what does it say? Okay. So this helps with photosynthesis. We all know photosynthesis, man, is what makes the plant grow, right? And there's some things that photosynthesis requires, which is the photons, right? That's the light. So light, that is photons. And that's very big for a plant. Water, and then CO2. All right. We all know that plants need water. So those are the three things. The carbon dioxide, like I said, is naturally in the air. And so our plants will do what they do. Like seedlings and clones at that level for like the first 2 to 3 weeks, they said, what was it? A 200 parts per million was okay. But indoors, we're usually running about 4. So we have about all the way up to about mid veg before you would need to add CO2 to it. And even then, me personally, I wouldn't even add CO2 unless it was in my flower tent. And that would be the only reason I did it. And I would probably put it at the 800 parts per million level. They said that was the maximum level of CO2 that would, the best work your plant would do. All right. So it increases the density of your bud. It helps the photosynthesis go along, which obviously is how your plant is growing. And so if CO2 can help you photosynthesize faster, then your plant is going to grow faster and bigger. And so are your buds. They're going to grow bigger and denser. Okay. And they're going to be able to handle more heat than if they didn't have enough CO2. That's kind of a weird thing to me, but hey, it works, I guess. So anyway, fun fact for you. I don't know when I'll be using CO2. You ever want to use CO2, Luke?
I'm not. If it would increase the benefits of the medicine for me, like I don't know if I've really gotten that deep into learning how I can increase. Does it increase the potency of the medicine once it's finished?
I don't know. I've never used it, and that's where those are those things that I would have to experience it in order to know. People could tell you all day long, but until I taste it or
right
test it,
now,
I need to.
From what I've just researched and read and learned over a little bit of time, the CO2 is mainly used for the commercial grower or someone that is trying to produce medicine or a quality bud sizzle effect for pictures,
Gotcha.
for look, to sell, to make somebody say, "Ooh, that looks really good in a dispensary."
Right.
I've smoked some really trashy looking flower, and it's pretty great medicine. So it's one of those things I'm still learning about. I've never used it. I personally don't know anybody that uses it, but to me, that would be the only benefit.
Right
now.
And eventually, when I get the shop growing, how about I said that? When I get that shop finished up and everything's running max, I will have a CO2 burner, a machine in there to help me out. But I will keep it probably 700 to 800. That'll be the go. I don't want to be up in the 1000s. They were saying that you should put it up in flower 800 to 1400. Imagine being in a little tent at 1400 parts per million CO2. You don't got long to be working on your plants, I would assume, right? It's a little dangerous in my opinion.
Danny and Joe both are saying that they burn candles to increase the CO2.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting. I'm learning stuff,
Yeah.
man. So I couldn't really speak for any kind of experience.
Has anybody used like baking soda and vinegar or yeast or anything like that to increase the CO2? Anyone?
I've seen some of the home setups they do with the two-liter bottles with the hose that runs from your yeast and your liquid over into another bottle, which goes straight up, and you can run it like directly over your plants.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of an at-home do-it-yourself thing. It's pretty neat looking, but
yeah. Anyway, so I mean, there's really not a whole bunch to really cover about CO2 at this moment for me because I'm not really well versed. But yeah. Anyway, if you get CO2, I know you can buy tanks too. Oh, Arkansas Dave saying grow mushrooms in a bag in your tent. Nice. Okay. Interesting.
what?
So mushrooms put off CO2, I assume. Smoking my grows. Yeah. So yes, I have done that out in my grow. I don't smoke in my house, but I would go out in the grow and do that. And so, yeah, I figured they'd like that little bit of CO2. Plus, when you chewing the fat with them, you're out there all by yourself singing or talking. That's all good. Unless you have bad breath and burning
Getting
the
those
leaves.
getting those morning sugars on the cheek.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But anyway, that was the couple of things that I wanted to cover just for tonight. I wanted to kind of stretch it out a little bit, but you know, there's a lot to talk about with you know, what makes it, how do you say, what makes your plant grow perfect? Like, I've never had a perfect plant. I've had some really, really nice ones. But I don't know that anybody's ever had a perfect plant. If they do, I'd like to see it. What's up, Ben? Welcome.
Ben, there he is.
So that's good to know, man. So mushrooms produce CO2. I was considering growing that stuff anyway. That's awesome. Go ahead, Joe. Spill it out.
He got me on that question this morning at 4:15 a.m.
Yeah. It was Joe's idea to even start talking about these
I was like,
factors. Like I said, man, Joe knows what to be talking about. I appreciate Joe a lot. So what'd you do today, Luke? Anything cool?
oh, you know, just the norm.
Hell
Stayed
yeah.
away from public.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I had to go out, man. I had to go out to the grocery store, had some breakfast with mama. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. And then went to the mailbox or the post office, I mean.
Yeah.
But
I did go to town for a minute. I went and detailed the inside of my truck and vacuumed it out and got everything squared
Yeah.
away. And it's kind of just, you know, it's about to get really, really cold, and I'm not going to want to do it when that happens. And it was a nice day. I was in a t-shirt today, man. I was outside in a t-shirt.
That's pretty cool.
So
Now, see, my little skinny butt, I had to have some kind of a jacket on.
yeah. 9 environmental conditions of a cannabis plant: light, CO2, water, nutrition, temperature, humidity, root zone temperature, oxygen, and wind. For you guys looking forward to what's going to be covered over the next few shows, we're going to kind of hit on these all.
Yeah. Hey, Ben, you saw Utopic's little video. For all you guys wondering, if anybody's wondering, Utopic Essential Nutrients. I'm doing a test grow with them. One from clones. I have 2 clones from the same plant. One's getting the nutrients. One is not getting any nutrients my way. And so at the end, we'll do a taste test and possibly even test it through other channels to see exactly what we got going on, potencies and the cannabinoids and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. I figure that's about a month and 3 weeks away at minimum. My Mamma Mia's go absolutely 8 weeks, give or take 2 days. Unless I'm breeding it, and then they go 9 to 10, just to make sure the seeds are right. let's see, trying to sort out my basement. My wife comes down here and moves a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it is, Max. Absolutely. I'm not allowed to do laundry anymore. For everybody out there.
Hey, y'all don't forget to go and check out blueorganicsupply.com. We do have a 50% discount code over there for some of their stuff. So go give them a visit and look around. Rebecca's pretty cool. She's a really good supporter of the veteran community. So show her some love.
Let me see. Eric, not the leaves, not the big feeder leaves or the solar panels. I don't do those. But all the sugar leaves, yes, absolutely. You know, but the big ones with the stems that are hanging below the buds, nah, take all them. Generally, they unless they have a bunch of trichomes on them. If they do, get after it. Take every bit you can. Oh, Max was trying to roll him instead of fold his clothes. You know, the lady said, "Get out." That's funny. Cool, man. Yeah, no worries, Eric. But like I said, if you see those trichomes on those big fat leaves, I've seen them. I've seen it happen before. Maybe save them. When I pull all my, my leaves as the plants are nearing the end, and I pull off the little hangy leaves, I usually just throw them out. I don't even try to save them. I don't even try to save those. But I also, I'm messing with 12 plants at the same time, kind of thing. Same strain, anyway. Max saying so much better, no wrinkles. That's awesome. Anybody else out there not allowed to do laundry, or just me and Max? Utopic seems to be doing pretty well. I mean, it's not hurting my plant. I can tell you that. She's I don't have any little burn. You know how like the tips of your leaves will start to burn up a little bit when you're reaching your maximum nutrient levels. I don't know if you guys knew that, but if the tips are starting to brown, it means the nutrients is at its max and you shouldn't give her any more. At least that's how it was put out to me. Who is that? What's it linking? How am I liking? Yeah. So it's doing pretty good. I'm gonna reserve all my stuff until the end when we see results, because the plants look damn near identical. There's no difference at the moment. But I did just up it to I upped the doses to 5 mLs of each nutrient. So it's getting at about, I think it was 12 to 1400 EC, or not the EC, but the what is it, parts per million? Yeah, it's EC times 700. It was 2.2 EC. So yeah, it was whatever that is, 1600. Yeah, there you go, Joe. Good one. Hey, so Eric, what did he say? Me too. And this one. Yeah. Joe's saying that the leaves can be brewed as a tea. Guess I forgot about that. Nitrogen supplement, huh? I would have to imagine there's some cannabinoids in them, yeah? Maybe some flavonoids or something of the sort. Benefits is what I'm trying to get at. Cool.
Yeah, if you guys have any good recipes for a tea, like a leaf tea or something out there, share it with us. Reach out, man. People would love to see that. I'm sure somebody out there would enjoy reading a recipe or even trying it.
I get buckets of leaves. I'm gonna have to take a few, ball it up, and make a little tea out of it. See how it goes. Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Joe. Good looking out, man. Hey, and if you guys have any little fun facts like that, man, drop them. I love my fun facts, man.
Heck yeah.
Like the LED thing. I mean, I didn't know it meant that, light emitting diode, but I thought about it and I Googled it. And
hey, so we can do it. We can do a Fun Facts Friday tomorrow.
Let's do it.
You want to?
I was gonna do the fuck I forgot Throwback Thursday.
Fuck I forgot Throwback Thursday. Yeah, that's right.
you know, and I started out with the F for Friday, bro. So, you know, it took me a minute to come up with that, Luke.
We'll let you have it tomorrow then. We'll
Hell
go with that one. All right.
And then we'll do fun fact Fridays from now on.
Cool.
Joe Schrump's going to lead the circus.
There you go. Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Looking to K and F. K and F.
K and F.
Lep
I don't know if I want to do that while I'm on here.
NFFJ.
Korean
Natural Farming.
Interesting.
Do you have any information on that, Jake? If you have anything on digits, man, I'd love for you to reach out and send that like DM or something. That way we can look at it, man. I'd like to learn more.
I'm talking about fermented fruit juices, man. Now, Are you talking about the well, are we just talking about the stuff you drink and get messed up, or is this like teas for your plants?
I wonder if it's like the banana peel stuff.
I've heard them doing the veteran-owned company here in PA called Artillery Tea. Hey, I drink tea every day.
Artillery Tea Company.
Oh yeah.
Eric, do you have any comms with them?
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, I've been hearing about these fermented slurries or teas or whatever that they're making. I heard one do with cannabis leaves. She actually had the cannabis leaves in the bucket, filled it up with water, and left it out there with it. I had like a plate on top of it to hold it down and let it ferment for a while. And I've seen them do it with a bunch of other different, leaves and plants. But that's all I know about it. Hey man, I'd like to hear more about this artillery tea.
Yeah. Eric said he sure does. He orders a lot and can touch base. That'd be kind of cool, man. I'd like to learn more about him.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I know, Eric, you're also with that equine deal, right? For veterans, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And I know that there's one here near Oklahoma. It's called, what was it called? War Horses for Veterans.
War Horses, that's it.
And they're on Facebook and stuff, but they're always doing stuff. Maybe you can reach out to them, man, and talk shop with them since you're into that.
Thank you, Eric.
Protein shake. Do tell, Ben.
Ben gets a protein shake once a week. Man, she's got you on a leash, huh? Oh, your plants, maybe?
Yeah, he's talking about, I think buckwheat. Hey, also, buckwheat, he says buckwheat produces phosphorus. What about the rice hulls? There was something with rice hulls, Joe. Was that calcium or something?
Instead of using clover.
Buckwheat for a secondary clover or a secondary cover.
Ben, what do you use for protein?
Huh?
I was asking Ben what he uses for his protein supplement.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, because I heard about it. Well, once you start talking about all those things, rice hulls were really good too. Okay. Interesting.
Cool.
We got any questions, y'all, on the stuff that I covered? Did I miss anything? Joe can't answer this. You leave me alone, Joe. The teacher he's on me, man. He's making sure that I'm right on my game. I appreciate you.
Hey, I guarantee you he'll test you.
He does. He tests me all the time.
He will test, and I like it. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, he may not know he tests me, but when he asks me a question, then I'm like, oh, what was that? I got to go look
Quit giggling, Joe. I can hear you laughing from here, man.
Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah.
Rice hulls, Joe.
Rice hulls.
Oh, better for soil structure. Okay.
Huh.
Interesting. Cool. Well, shoot. Where'd everybody go? Where's for my Patriots Helping Vets folks? You guys got any questions for me?
Hey, if you guys know anybody on your Facebook page that would enjoy watching some of these videos and stuff at night in the evenings, reach out to them. Let them give it a shot, see what they think. Man, this is kind of new for us, and we're just trying to do something different to see if we can just help some people. That's what our goal is here. So
Yeah, and
we
you know,
love the
we're always
interaction
open.
with people.
We're always open to ideas, guys. You know, if you have some ideas for future shows and topics to discuss, doesn't always have to be about growing. We could talk about, well, if you want to talk about growing, we talk about growing tomatoes if you like. Shoot, I don't know. We'll find somebody. We can talk about the new pair of shoes you bought. I don't care. Uh-oh. Christine's already on that site picking up some.
She's over here giggling right now on the couch, but she's over here going.
That's what's up. Cool, man. So, man, I can't wait to meet Dave, Arkansas Dave.
I can't either. Yeah, I'd love to chat with him. I told him that today. He was mentioning something, and I want to pick his brain.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I love talking shop with like-minded folks, man. Uh-oh. Eric said it's going to cost you a little bit. Oopsie. All right. And, you know, if you guys have some added things that you want to talk about, like specific little things in the middle of, say, vegetation, you found something wrong or you had something happen past, and, you know, let's talk about it. Let's let everybody else know how you figured it out, how you fixed it, or what you came up with. That's how I learned.
Yes, Facebook user, you are absolutely correct. We are already trying to get some stuff in the works for the springtime vegetation process.
Mm-hmm.
We would really like to get the family stuff, family support system involved, kids, their wives, friends, neighbors, community, your community. Get those people that are interested in this stuff, and this spring, let's do some germinations of some seeds and get some stuff started and learn together, grow together, teach some kids how to do it. Get them involved too. I think this is going to be really cool for everybody. To kind of come back together a little bit, man. We've been kind of divided for a long time these last few years. So
yeah, that's accurate, man.
You know,
but
we
yeah,
can all do it together, man. We're all like-minded. This is a great place to be. Everybody's positive and has good feedback and willing to collaborate. So let's make this thing awesome. I think it will be.
Hell yeah, man. Currently germinating some chocolate bell pepper seeds. Interesting. I like that.
That's cool.
I like to see what those look like, man.
I would too. What do you have? Like, what is it still? Is it like the spicy bell pepper? Is it sweet bell pepper?
I don't know. I've never even heard of them. Super hots. Huh. All right. Well, y'all, I want to go ahead and apologize for the shitty connection, man. I'm working on it.
Man, you are like A-OK right now, Joe.
That's what's up. Well, I mean, I went to this stupid phone. I like my computer where I can actually see. Yeah, I'm all, I can't see you guys, man. But anyway, we will be doing some work for next Tuesday. And we're going to be looking for people to be posting some stuff, guys. If you guys see some cool things on your other pages that may apply to our group, you know, as far as the community, the tribe, you know, and you feel like sharing it with us, we would love that. You know, we want to see a little bit more interaction on the posts and stuff like that. Get involved, y'all. We love to hear from you, man. That's what this is all about. Oh,
man, your wife is like, she is smashing you right now, dude.
Bro, that's all right. I got something for that. I got something for that.
Ooh.
31 years. Say what she needs to.
Amen.
Man. Hey, look at her. Yeah, laughing.
I know. Now she's laughing at you too. She's laughing at you. She's saying, "Yeah, bring it."
Shit. Well, I know mine ain't the only one that has something funny to say about me.
Mine's standing over here like peeking over the couch at me, like,
yeah.
She's going.
She's about to start it off, huh? Lori is absolutely an instigator. Oh,
I'm gonna have to limit the interaction
interact.
with these two over here because I'm sure they're over there talking to each other right now.
You know how many times I've heard that? That's facts. You know, in the biker community, they have rules, right? And I think it was rule number 3. Rule number 3. I won't say no more. Rule number 3 was brought to me all the time, and I told everybody to just, hey, too bad. That's my wife. She's gonna say what she needs to say because it's basically about controlling your wife. And I was like, you don't.
If you think you can keep her quiet, go ahead. But
I was like, hell no, you don't control that, dude. You let it be. That storm just to blow through. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny shit. Hey, I think we better get off this thing before some shit starts flying.
I do too. Hey guys, thanks for being here tonight, y'all. We appreciate your time and hanging out with us. It's going to get better. We're getting more and more people involved and information out there, and it's going to be good. Joe,
hell yeah.
Thanks for having me on again tonight, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you being here, Luke, man. Like I said, I wish it was a little smoother like normally, but you know, we'll get it. All right. So, you got anything before we bolt?
No, you guys have a great evening. Enjoy.
Oh shit!
Tuesday.
What happened? He didn't mean to go yet. Maybe he did. There he is. All right. All right. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for showing up. Thanks for your support. You guys be thinking of some questions, pass them on to us. Okay. You can put them in the comments down below. Just throw in a tag or something so we know it's there. And we'll try to answer it as we can. If you have some ideas for the show, we'd appreciate that too. Because I do want to have something that you guys are interested in instead of the same old thing replaying. If it's the same old thing you need to hear, absolutely, I will teach you that again in a different way if I can. Okay. All right, y'all. So until next time, happy growing.